Chapter 9 On Preparation for Battle with the Enemies in the Hour of Death. Although our whole life on earth is an unceasing warfare, and we have to fight to the very end, the chief and most decisive battle awaits us in the hour of death. Who falls at that moment cannot rise again. Do not be surprised at that. For if the enemy dared to approach our Lord, who is without sin, at the end of his days on earth, as the Lord himself said, "The prince of this world cometh, and hath nothing in me," what can prevent him from attacking us, sinful as we are, at the end of our life? Saint Basil the Great says in his commentary on the words of the 7th Psalm, "Lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it into pieces, while there is none to deliver," that the most tireless fighters who have struggled unceasingly with the demons throughout their life have avoided their nets and withstood their onslaughts, at the end of their life are subjected to an examination by the prince of this age, to see whether anything sinful remains in them. And those who show wounds or the blots and imprints of sin are retained in his power, whereas those who show nothing of this freely pass him by and attain rest with Christ. If this is so, it is impossible not to keep it in view and prepare oneself beforehand to meet that hour and to pass through it successfully. The whole of life should be a preparation for this. You will prove well prepared for that hour if in the whole course of the temporal life allotted to you, you fight with courage against the enemies of your salvation. Having acquired during life the skill to overcome your enemies, you will easily gain the crown of victory in the hour of death. Moreover, think often of death with attention, bringing to mind everything which must then happen. If you do this, that hour will not catch you unawares, and so will not frighten you, or will not frighten you too much, and your soul, not weakened by fear, will show itself more firm and strong to undertake the struggle and overcome the enemy. Men of this world flee from the thought and memory of death, so as not to interrupt the pleasures and enjoyment of their senses, which are incompatible with memory of death. This makes their attachment to the blessings of the world continually grow and strengthen more and more, since they meet nothing opposed to it. But when the time comes to part with life and all the pleasures and things they love, they are cast into excessive turmoil, terror, and torment. To make this thought of death bear its full fruit, you must put yourself mentally in the place of a dying man, and in the pain and straitness of mortal agony, must vividly imagine the enemy temptations which may assail you, at the same time reproducing such thoughts and feelings as have the strength to repulse them. I shall now describe to you the enemy's onslaughts possible at that moment, and ways of repulsing them, so that you should, while still alive, get used to rehearsing them in your mind, and be able to put them into practice when your hour of death comes. For this war and this battle comes but once, and, since it is inevitable, a man must learn how to meet it and engage in it with skill, lest he makes a mistake and suffers losses which cannot be repaired.